everybody, Amanda here from Amanda More Fitness, and I'm super excited to do this interview. It's been on my heart for a while just to share a dear friend of mine. This is Kelsey, and I wanted to share her story. We were friends before she started doing our boot camps, but we just grown closer through them. But her story is really remarkable, and I know it's going to speak to a lot of you. And we're going to talk about nutrition, we're going to talk about the workouts, we're going to talk about everything and how this has transformed Kelsey's life. And I'm super passionate about it, and I want her to kind of introduce herself. And this is about, we're going on a year and a half of being together through boot camp. So she's been on this journey. So trust her, let her speak to you, and I hope it encourages you as much as it has encouraged me. So Kelsey, tell me a little bit about why you made the decision to join boot camp.
So, hi, I'm Kelsey, everyone. I've been working with Amanda for almost a year and a half, like she said, and what really drew me to her, there was a lot of personal stuff that was going on in my life leading up to me actually taking the leap to start working out. I started having a really hard time working full-time. I was working full-time. I had 2 little kids at home. I was commuting to and from work, spending at least an hour each way, so somewhere between 2 and 3 hours a day in the car. And when I would come home, it was, okay, get the kids to sports, let's do dinner, let's get them home, homework, bath. There was almost no time that I was really focusing for me. And I was gaining weight, I was very stressed, I was struggling with anxiety, and things just kind of started to spiral out of control. At that same time, my dad was battling cancer. He lived in New Jersey, I'm here in Arizona. So there was that family struggle, plus just struggles at work where you're supposed to be able to leave work at work, but I had a coworker that was diagnosed with cancer and passed away 6 weeks shortly after, and then another coworker who was a close friend just after the passing of the other was diagnosed, and who was our age, has kids the same age, and that one just really hit home. So at that point it was like, okay, enough signs, and I was being told you need to do something about it, and that's when I reached out, and it was like, it's awesome.
Like, it's crazy the different things that happen in our lives that lead us to those moments, and just like saying yes to it and be like, okay, I'm gonna like really trust this and go right in, and that's awesome. And I remember when she first came, and it was like deer in the headlights because we were doing live classes. Now we're doing online boot camp because of everything that's transpired, but that's another story. But because it was Sierra and her, and she's like, the burpees are so hard, and now she like busts through burpees like there's no tomorrow.
I couldn't do a burpee. I couldn't actually get down and up, and now we're there.
Isn't that a true testament that like if you trust the process, it's amazing like what you're doing now. Yeah. It's another level. It's so cool. So diving into, let's talk about boot camp. Yeah. So you did the first session. You really focused on working out because a lot of it's overwhelming. You're thinking, okay, now I have to eat right, and now I'm exercising, and then I'm working full time, and I'm doing all these things. What was your first thing to be successful?
My goal when I first started was to just get as many of the workouts in as I could. And with your program, there's at minimum 5 a week, but I knew that wasn't realistic, at least not to start. So for myself, it was my personal goal was get at least 3.
Yeah.
And as I could fit it in and make them up, I would do that. And as my strength grew and endurance grew, I was able to build on that and do more and more.
That is so good, because I feel like sometimes we look at a program and we're like, there's no way. And being able, and I hope I portray that be realistic where you're at, and even if it's 1 workout a week and that's a win for you, it's better than nothing. You know, or it's half the workout. You only were able to get 20 minutes in. It's still progress and moving forward. And looking at it that way, it gives yourself grace to be able to be like, okay, I'm going to add on this week. Oh, I feel really good. Maybe I'll do another one or extra. I feel like you do extra. Yeah. So it's all those things. It makes it help you to be successful in it. So that was kind of her journey. Like, okay, I'm making this commitment. I'm committing to this. All right, let me get these workouts under control, and now let's talk about the nutrition.
Yeah, and just like the workouts, I kind of made small goals for myself with that. I would start with water was easier for me just because I always drink it. So that was the first goal. Okay, let me get at least 75 ounces in a day. And I would almost focus on a weekly basis. So this week, let's do water. Next week, let's do veggies.
Yes.
At the time, I was still commuting to and from work, so it was easy. I could pack my lunch, and that was all I had. Now it's a little bit different.
It is. That's another challenge. We'll talk about that another edition too. How to do it at work. But that's really good, and that's what I do love about the program. It is a ladder system. Especially when you're first starting out. Those of you that have been with me a while now, like, this is part of your life. You're gonna eat the veggies, you're gonna limit the fruit, you're gonna focus on getting that protein in. It becomes part of who you are and your lifestyle. That's the goal of this. This is a lifestyle. It's not a quick fix. It's not a 21-day and you're solved. No, this is your lifestyle. You're gonna work out. You're gonna have a support system. And you're going to have nutrition that is super important. So yeah.
I would say the nutrition is probably the hard, and it's not hard, it's just the struggle to, everything is in our face all the time as far as not good things. And with little kids at home, there's always snacks too. So it's
hard.
Everything in moderation. And I think, like you said, give yourself grace because it doesn't have to be perfect all the time. And if you're counting macros and doing those things, you can account for those cheat meals and cheat days, however it works for you, so that you don't have to feel like you're going without too much.
Exactly. It's all about moderation and making it work for your busy life.
Yeah.
Which is so busy. We're all busy. So good. I love that. Okay, so we've talked about the workouts, getting the boot camps, nutrition. Now let's talk about kind of the journey of what you've gone through.
Yeah.
This has been a tough year for all of us, but especially Kelsey, can you share a little bit on how this community kind of brought you through that?
I would say most of my story when I reflect on the last year and a half with Amanda, it's the workouts, yes, it's nutrition, but more of it is the community and everything that she has provided just this last year, like she was talking about. So I think I shared in the beginning how what initially got me going and the slap in the face to start taking care of myself was my dad was battling cancer, and he made it through, he was cancer free. But in January 2020, he kind of passed away unexpectedly. We weren't prepared for it. So as I was trying to navigate that and traveling back and forth between here and New Jersey, just dealing with all of the stressors that go along with that, I knew I made a goal, I set a goal, and I was going to have to commit to it in one way or another. I remember being in the hospital, and I would just walk flights of stairs because that was all I could do at the time. And it was really challenging, but knowing that I had a support system, knowing that there were people that I didn't know personally outside of just seeing their sweaty selfie on a Facebook post, were reaching out just to ask how I was doing or to offer support. And it really carried me through what was probably one of the most difficult times in my entire life, honestly. And I can't thank Amanda and the program and the people part of it enough because that was hard. And I feel like even with traveling and dealing with really horrible, sad, scary things, working out was one of the only things that was keeping me sane too. So I made that a goal to myself. And it's really what? There's worth that maybe an hour a day. We're worth it.
And that's that is our heart, is to have a community where women can have that safe place. Because for me, I would be it's not even comparing, and I want to empower women to be you're different than I am, or you're going through this, and how can we help you? And we go through so many things alone. Why would we go through this alone? So that was our heart through this, that everybody, and there's so many of us in this group that have gone through things, I can name so many right now, and we've seen them get stronger, and not even just physically, but just that mental state, just to be able to I can get through some really tough things because I know I have people that have my back, even if they're across the country. So it's really powerful what we have here, because you're loved and you're encouraged and you're supported through it all. So
And then 2 months later, the world shut down with COVID.
And here we are
But
again.
still, I mean, I think we took it,
And,
so many people use it as an opportunity to, I mean, myself, I focused on really increasing the intensity as far as working out. I was home, I didn't have all of these other
distractions.
Yeah, and getting in the way, and I had more time to really devote to that, and I think that's
been really cool to see. Like, it's cool to see that with the program, if you're just starting out, you're still going to be able to feel like you're winning through the workouts, but also a year and a half in, be able to push yourself and know what your body can do and be able to do more each week and challenge yourself and up it each time and all that. So it's a good broad spectrum. We try to reach every aspect, but yeah, we're figuring it out. It's a lot of fun. So this was an awesome, thank you for your time today. Awesome. Thank you. Amazing.
I will say, yeah, no, in Amanda's community, more than anything, like I said, it is, she's the best coach, she's the best trainer, and you can't find it anywhere else, so.
Oh, I love it. You get people like this, you can't really go wrong. But anyways, thanks for joining. We will do this again. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk soon. Bye. Good. I think that was a one shot, one and done. Oh, we didn't do it.